welcome to the LDV Podcast. Today we have part 3 of our talk with Joe Manuele, the CEO of Highfive, where we wrap up our discussion about the collaboration industry's response to COVID and whether we're going to see some fundamental change in the way we work in the future. Everyone is trying to help, whether they're giving, free minutes of this or free hours of that, or giving out resources or how to help work from home or charity work or whatever it is. The entire industry is saying, hey, we want to help here if we can. And I think it's something that's worth, it's worth mentioning.
Yeah, I completely agree. One of the temptations is to definitely turn this into a big marketing story. We actually chose not to. We actually said, look, first and foremost, let's take care of our customers, right? And make sure that we can handle the scale, right? Because we are a small company, and we're being challenged and tested in a way we just didn't think you can't plan for this stuff, right? And so far, knock on wood, we've been able to grow this business and keep the lights on ourselves and keep our customers connected. The next level, if I was to say, I was actually on a call this morning connecting a K-8 school, and we're making, again, it's not on our website, but if an nonprofit or a small K-12 school wants to connect, we're helping them out. But it requires, physical resources. There's training and onboarding, how to do it. And you're creating a new process. And so we'd rather do a few well and make an impact that way, and then just put something positive out in the universe, and it'll come back. It's not something that we necessarily need to market and splash on our website. Look how great I am, type thing. And I agree with you that the entire industry is stepping up. Everybody's doing things that are above and beyond the call of duty, and connecting different groups that you wouldn't think of. And again, it's life continuity. It's not just about business continuity, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's not even just our industry. It's chat apps and video apps outside of business video and chat apps. It's just really the entire community is coming together, which is nice to see, because it's getting scary out there.
Yeah, and I think you said it earlier. It's going to get worse. I suspect now we are, coming towards the end of March, and we're here in June, July before any sense of normalcy comes back. And then even when that happens, think about it from a sports perspective. Who's going to want to jump and go watch a baseball game with 35,000 fans? Let's say opening day is July 1st, and I'm being optimistic. I like baseball, but a lot of people are going to stay home and watch. They're probably going to watch the game remotely and watch it on TV before they jump out with that social interaction. So I think there's going to be a little bit of a phased approach, and same with working in an office. I know I'm going to get a lot of requests from my employees to say, hey, this was working out really well for me. Can I do this 3 times a week, right? And so it's definitely something as a management team we'll be talking about. I was talking to a CEO of a very large company. I think he's got something like 80,000 employees. And I asked him how he was doing. And he said, the biggest problem is I don't think any of my employees are going to come back. And I said, well, is that a bad thing? If they're doing their work. He goes, yeah, I guess not. But this is about breaking habits, right? It's about, being open to new things. And we just didn't have the choice. It was thrust upon us. And for those of us who are used to working remotely, it was an adaptation period for us, but not as bad as others. I think the good that comes out of this is people recognize that, hey, we can be far more productive if we adopt more of these, remote working philosophies. And then the tech is here. We're all, I think, living up to the challenge. And I suspect this is going to have some lasting effects to how we work.
Yeah. And to end it on a bright note, like you said, I think a lot of CEOs, they're not just going to be said, hey, I want to work from home because I liked it. This time, and this is another thing that makes it different from last time. Last time after the last event, it was like, so what did you do while you were gone home for 2 weeks or a month or whatever it was? This time, what your employees are doing the whole time they're home, because you're on video with them, and you have other collaboration tools. I'm sure you have virtual sticky note boards and whatever else you need to track tasks. So when they come back, they're not going to have to say, look at all the work I did while I was gone. You're going to already know whether or not they were more productive or less productive. And if they want to stay home, maybe you'll let them. And maybe, again, to look for a bright side, to kind of wrap it up on a bright side, maybe there's some things we've been doing, making ourselves suffer for no reason. Sitting an hour and a half in a car every day, getting nothing done just to get to an office to do work that you could be doing at home. We're doing it because that's just the way we always did it, and maybe it's not right. So maybe we'll stop doing that, and maybe we'll be happier. Being able to work at home, it really does make me happier. I mean, little things. I worked in an office, okay, and anybody working from home for the first time is realizing the glory of being able to use your own private bathroom at home whenever you want. Come on, it's the best. And so some people, after the bad passes, might have better lives after this. We might have a better life-work balance. So trying to look for a bright side on it.
Oh, and the environment. I mean, I don't know if you've seen, the air quality index is improving everywhere around the world. The planes aren't flying anywhere. It's just, there's no traffic on the roads. Went for a walk the other day here in Half Moon Bay, and it's just, you can actually feel how crisp the air was. I don't know if it was psychological. And we talk about the commute. I mean, I've flown 1 million miles the last 3 years, and you just get into that habit, and there's no reason for me to spend that much time on an airplane, right?
I hate flying. It's the worst.
I know. And it's worst. I've flown a lot less last year with Highfive than I did previously. I've been on a plane once this year, and that was on a personal vacation with my daughter, right? So that's, and my wife. So that's about it. There's no reason for us to be on a plane anymore. And the good that comes out of this, obviously, there's a huge environmental impact as we get used to this stuff, right? So
yeah, and
there's some good to come out of this.
There will be some good. Once we make it through, there will be some good to come out of it. So thank you so much for joining today. Anything I forgot to ask you, anything you want to wrap up, or if people want to learn more about Highfive?
Yeah, look, we're all working long hours, trying to help out. I just tweet some and put stuff up on LinkedIn. I always say, hey, how can we help, right? So www.highfive.com, and there's lots of info there. Most people think we're a hardware company. We do great jobs in rooms, but we have a fabulous WebRTC client and mobile app. So jump on and learn more, connect with one of our folks, and how can we help? That's basically been our attitude throughout this whole thing, and we're happy to assist. And I put that out there for both nonprofits and for K-12 schools that want to connect. We will do that for free if you want to connect. So just reach out, and we'll get on it.
Thanks for joining me. And I want to also thank you just for being particularly cool. We're meeting over Highfive, but I wanted to try doing a podcast like this. I've never done it before, and you were down for it. So apologies to viewers. If any of the transitions are weird, I switched at the wrong time. It's my first time trying it out because Highfive was cool enough to say, hey, if people are going to be doing different things and doing video at home, let's start having some fun with it. So thank you for that, and thank you for joining me. And to learn more, you can check out letsdovideo.com and the links down below. Thanks so much.